Hello, my name is Mohammed Nafil Ahmed, an aspiring data analyst. Hope you are doing great. In this presentation, I will talk about the 5G impact on Wavecon Telecom Company. So let's start. Before exploring the presentation, I want to give you the quick overview about what we'll discuss in the video. First, I will go with the short overview about the company, then the insights of the different KPIs, and the visuals for the top and bottom series of the different KPIs. Then there are different plans, so we will cover that also. And in last, we will answer the primary questions. Wavecom is the third largest telecom company with approximately 20% market share, and they want to analyze the impact of 5G across the 15 different cities. We have different KPIs here: revenue, total active user, total unsubscribed user, and average revenue per user. If we go on the revenue, then the total revenue is around 31.9 billion. But before the 5G launch, the revenue is around 16 billion. And after 5G, the revenue is around 15.9 billion. So we can clearly see that revenue has decreased. Similarly, with the total active users, the active users is also declined after the 5G launch. But the total unsubscribed user and the average revenue per user showed a positive shift. So let's cover the specific KPIs. The overall revenue is decreased by 0.5% from 15.97 million to 15.89 million. And the cities like Delhi, Chennai, Ahmedabad, and Hyderabad revenue decrement by overall 1%. But there are certain cities also that witnessed increment in their revenue by more than 1%, like Lucknow, Gurgaon, Patna, and Raipur, and this is due to the impact of 5G launch. The next KPI is total active user. This KPI is also seen the declination in their active users from 84.4 million to 77.4 million, and the bottom three cities like Ahmedabad, Delhi, and Raipur have seen a declination by more than 60%. There is a massive decrement in their total active users. But the only city is here Pune, that has a massive increase in their active users. And the September is the month that experienced the high impact on the 5G launch. Our next KPI is average revenue per user. So after the 5G launch, average revenue per user is increased from 190 rupees to 211 rupees, and the average ARPU monthly is 200. Cities like Raipur, Ahmedabad, and Patna experience a significant increase in ARPU by 22%, 21%, and 20% respectively. But Pune saw a decrement in their ARPU by 12.88%. Our last KPI is total unsubscribed user, and this KPI is also seen a positive shift in their users that have an increment from 5.6 million to 7 million, and that is an increment in 23.5%. That is an amazing increment in the unsubscribed user. The top three cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata have the highest total unsubscribed users, and Lucknow, Pune, and Jaipur are the three cities that has a massive increment in their unsubscribed user, around 77%, 55, and 52% respectively. But Mumbai is the only city that have a decrement in their total unsubscribed user by 12.63%. And if we go on a specific month wise, then February and July month have issued a high unsubscribed user as compared to the other month. Now we have a different visuals of the top three cities for the different KPIs. Here, Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata are the three common top cities who are top not for the single KPI but on the revenue, unsubscribed user, and active users. And Mumbai is the only city that is considered the top city for all the KPIs. Now let's move to the bottom three cities. Patna, Coimbatore, and Chandigarh is the bottom three cities for the KPIs like revenue, unsubscribed user, and active users. And we can see Chandigarh is the only city that we can consider the bottom city for all the different KPIs. Now we will explore the different plans. See that plan 1 demonstrated the exceptional performance, and that is a 600 million increment in the revenue in just 4 months after the 5G launch. But there are plans like plan 7 and plan 5 that have lower performance and their revenue is going down by 430 million and 350 million respectively. And the different plans like plan 11 and 12 and 13 that require assessment on their overall revenue, and there are plans like 8, 9, 10 that have been discontinued due to the limited data and the less validity also. So now come to the primary question. We will answer the primary question here. So the first question is, what is the impact on the 5G launch on our revenue? Overall, we can say that the impact of 5G launch showed a decrement on our revenue by 0.5%. But there are some cities also that have an increment in their revenue after the 5G launch. So the cities like Lucknow, Gurgaon, Patna and Jaipur that have an increment by more than 1%, and this is due to the 5G launch. So the next question is, which KPI is underperforming after the 5G launch? Revenue and the total active users are not performing well, but Pune is the only city that stands alone and have a massive increment in their monthly active user after the 5G launch. The month September had a notable impact on the success of the 5G launch. So coming to the next question, that after the 5G launch, which plan is performing well and which is not performing well? From our analysis, we can say plan 1 is doing well, but plan 4, 5 and 6 and 7 are not performing well in terms of revenue. Next question is like, is there any plan affected largely by the 5G launch, and should we continue or discontinue that plan? From analysis, we can say clearly that we should discontinue plan 4 because there's a loss of 225 million in just 4 months. So we should discontinue the plan 4. But on the other hand, the plan 1 have a massive increment in their revenue on the same time frame, around 600 million. So we should continue this plan. So our last question is there any plan that is discontinued after the 5G launch, and what's the reason for that? Here, plan 8, 9 and 10 have been discontinued because of the two reasons. The first one is the less data they are providing, and second is the limited data validity. So now summarize our presentation here. We have different KPIs like revenue, total active user, total unsubscribed user and average revenue per user. The two KPIs like revenue and the total active user is not performing well, have a negative impact after the 5G launch, but the rest two KPI like total unsubscribed user and average revenue per user have a positive impact. And when it come to the different plan, then plan 1 is executed well and getting a lot of income, but there are certain plans that are not performing well, and especially the plan 4 and the plan 7 that should be discontinued. In our recommendation from our analysis, we can see that they have a massive decrement in the revenue. It's all from my presentation, and I hope that my presentation will help you to make the data driven decision making and get you the useful insights from that. And I am thankful that you have taken your precious time and watched my presentation. Hope we will discuss more about the business. So it's over for now. Thank you.